Hi, Chris here from Truly Holistic. First of all, I'd like to say Merry Christmas and Happy Christmas to everyone and festive season that have had client sessions with me this year. Also, people following me on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Really means a lot to me that you are following me and finding some really good information through what I am giving to people, and really warms my heart to know that I'm really helping people and doing it in a way that's not causing harm to you, and hopefully we can push this forward on as more of a normal treatment option for people instead of this alternative therapy type of thing. Yeah, this is the way forward as energy medicine for humanity, and all the information that I've been able to give out to people, and let's spread the word out there as much as we can. So what I'd like to get into this session is protection. Okay, and this is the biggest question I get from my clients a lot of the time is, how do I protect myself? What's the best way of protecting? And I tell you, it's been very difficult to come up with answers to those questions because these particular beings and entities and extraterrestrial beings and influences, they're very cunning. And this is one thing that we all need to take on board and understand, that is, us as humans, we were created to be here. Okay, and for example, if we go back 65 million years ago, that was the death of the dinosaurs. Okay, and now the time before that, we had the dinosaurs. Now the dinosaurs were an experiment. Okay, this didn't happen by chance. Dinosaurs were created at that time period, and it was an experiment created by the reptilians, and that was their big experiment. They were focusing on um, creating these dinosaurs, these big dinosaurs that were going to take on a higher consciousness level, which was going to be developed into these dinosaurs called raptors, Velociraptor and those sorts of things. And funnily enough, all these movies that are coming out in regards to Jurassic Park and so on, what is this being that is more intelligent than the other dinosaurs? And they're raptors. So the drips of disclosure information are really rampant in Hollywood and a lot of these movies, and that was the reptilians experiment. Then all of a sudden, somebody else, another being, um, came in and then destroyed the dinosaurs. And all of a sudden they wanted to create a mammalian experiment, which we came from because we are mammals. And so there's all these beings that are in our cosmos that are really big on DNA splicing and genetics and creating experiments, just like we do with creating testing stuff on rats and labs. Okay, we are the rats to a lot of these beings' experiments. Okay, and the thing is, while we are a vehicle, our vehicle is our physical body. We're multidimensional ourselves. Our energy body is, okay. Our source, our soul is. But while it's fixated or fixed within this physical body, this vehicle, then we're kind of limited. And that's why I kind of deem the world that we kind of look at and what we see as physical is really a matrix world. Because while we're looking through these physical eyes, it's only got a particular broad or spectrum of frequency of vision, okay? And within that framework of frequency of vision, we can only see so much, okay? It's something like 0.05% of what actually is around us at any particular time. So obviously it gives these beings that are controlling humanity and put us here in the first place an easy way to manipulate us, because they really want humanity to know that they don't exist. Okay? And obviously, a lot of the people that are watching my YouTube channel and subscribe to it are very spiritually awakened and inclined to the possibilities of the reptilians and all these other beings. And the forces and the power that they have and the control they have over humanity is they are going to put our soul or our source into a body that can then be manipulated or controlled. Okay, and like for example, when we pass away and when we die, a physical body die, our energy body always lives on. It never dies, which we call our source, which we call our soul. Now, if they gain control of that source or that soul, then they, at their free will or at any opportunity they want to, they can send our source of soul back to another planet that they reign upon, that they control, into again another body or vehicle that they can manipulate again to create the sustaining energy that they feed off, which is called loosh. So, on that level, we need to really come to grips of, there's things happening around us all the time, energetically, that our physical eyes can't perceive that's happening at the time. We feel it if we become very energy sensitive. And that's why a lot of light workers and energy people get attacked a lot more, because we are more sensitive to what's happening around us, one. And two, we are delving into something that these beings don't want us to, because what's their trump card? And their trump card is that they do not exist. Okay, that's what they want humanity to know, is that they don't really exist, but they do. And us light workers, when we're delving into this and we're dowsing or muscle testing or whatever we're doing, or seeing these beings themselves, then we are investigating the real truth of where we come from, why we're here, and so on and so on. And they don't like it. Okay, so from that point of view, the strongest thing we need to do is we need to understand that we need to, when we get crises in our life, challenges in our life, we really need to respond in a proactive way instead of in a negative way. And I know this is a lot easier said than done. And I know a lot of the people I've been trying to help out with their health problems have been going through a hell in their life. A lot of bad manifestation, a lot of trauma happening in their lives and their loved ones. But something we really need to practice into our life, myself included. We need to understand when we're becoming jealous, when we're becoming greedy, when we're becoming self-centered, we're becoming hated. Our hate, we're giving off hatred, we're becoming fearful. Now, these are all negative energies which are just going to feed the things that are controlling us, the things we want to break away from. Okay, so we need to be aware of it. Okay, and that's the first thing. We need to be aware that if we're going to be creating these things like jealousy, fear, anger, we're actually only feeding the problem, this whole vicious cycle, I think. Okay, we need to be fighting it with the opposite of what they're giving off. They're giving off fear, which is one side of the spectrum, and the opposite is love. Okay, we need to be challenging everything and giving everything with unconditional love. Okay, we just need to be vibrating that particular or frequency. Anyway, of late I've been looking at other ways of protecting people, and to a certain extent it's been really helping people. One has been Firmament, and I got this from my mentor Chris Kaler. And it's this whole, if anyone Googles Firmament or YouTube, you'll find it's like a dome around the earth, okay? Or a bubble, let's say. And so for particular people that are getting attacked by a particular entity or negative energy, I just intend that part of the body to have a firmament around it. So for example, if it's the body, the entire physical body firmament true. And that will place a dome around that entire physical body, so that entity cannot get access in, okay? And what I've been noticing, that some entities have been just attacking so much that eventually they rupture the firmament to try and get in. So I know that it can give protection for a few days for some people. For some people, it gives them protection, and the entity will leave because they just realize that the protection's in place. I'm just going to go and look and attack someone else. But that's why the power of the way that we respond to crises and give off love and high vibrational, as well as placing firmaments in place, can be a very powerful thing. Because you're only strengthening their cause if you're giving them the energy that they've required, which is negative energies and loosh, and they're going to continually try and rupture your firmament, your protection, to try and get to you. So that's why the combination of both is very powerful. Another thing I've been doing is setting up programs, because I've been finding a lot of programs within people from entities that cause pain, cause trauma, cause all these sorts of things. And if we lift that out, well, that whole reality kind of dawned to me that, hey, if I'm removing programs out, I can install programs into people, but in a more of a positive manner. So I've been starting to install programs into people to protect or resist from particular entities. And this is just this beginning of this whole consciousness of using the body and intending programs and programming people to resist these negative energies, and so on and so on. So this is a work in progress, but I feel like we are really getting somewhere in regards to protection for people. Now, other things I want to do for people that can protect, you can do at home, is getting into things like Orgonite. And lately I've just bought a few items of Orgonite, which is, as you can see there, lovely piece. Orgonite, for anyone that doesn't know about Orgonite, I'm pretty sure the majority of people probably do know about Orgonite that watch my videos, but it's made out of certain metal shavings and metals. People put crystals in them as well, and then you cover it with a resin, which you can put it in a particular mold, as you can see there. It's an awesome design and geometry there. And people could just make towel busters, these basic things that you just use, like silicon muffin, trays type of thing, and you can make, these are just metal with a few crystals in them, and covered with resin, and they transmute negative energy into positive energy. So what I've done is just bought a whole lot of that stuff, and I've been planting it around my house, and around in my treatment room here. Because I do get visits every now and then from particular entities that don't like what I'm finding, and especially within particular patients or client sessions, and that's why I know that we're on the right track, because they turn up there here and try and distract me. But so I've been really trying to put as much these orgo material within this room and other areas of the house, because also putting it by your Wi-Fi router and all these sorts of things, just transmuting anything that's negative into positive energy. And another way to making these more powerful, okay, is using geometry, which I have here, which are little sun rings. Okay, I use here as a practitioner, I use the big sun rings here, but for personal use around the home, for anyone that is interested, is these little sun rings. So this is the sun ring. Obviously, it looks like the sun, right? The design of the sun. And this is a broadcaster. So whatever you put within this ring, so you put this ring on the ground, on a table, flat like that, and you'd put that within it, or on top, or you place that on top. What that does is that instead of putting that within the room by itself, which encompasses a few a circumference around the room, well, if you put that within that, then you increase the circumference or the radius of the power of that orgonite, and it will fill out many rooms or the whole house. So these are great because you can use these with intent. So you can put that together like that, and you can make energy changes within your body and just use intention and words. You can put little notes within it with a photo of that particular person. So you're out and about, and if you want that some positive energy within you, doesn't matter where you are, put your photo within there and put an intent in there, then all of a sudden that energy is going to be broadcast straight into you. So many great things. So what I've been finding is that combining these two, Orgonite and the geometry tools here, crystalline geometry tools, is very powerful, very powerful. And I have these rings in gold sun rings. I have them also in platinum. Now another tool, when we're starting to get into crystals, or any material like that can hold on to information because it's information, it's geometry. Especially with crystals absorb energies. They absorb good, but they also absorb bad energies, and you need to clear them out. Another great tool to use is a neutralization ring. And again, I also have those practitioner-sized neutralization ring on people within sessions, but for personal use, you can also use these little ones here. And when I used to use a pendulum or a pendulum dowsing, I'd always hit, at the end of a particular client session, I'd place it within the neutralization ring, just let it sit for 5 seconds, and that will neutralize anything negative within the crystal. So I was using a quartz crystal or an orgonite pendulum. So awesome. These are great little rings to have around, and especially if you're using orgonite or crystals, you can just enhance the power of them. That by cleansing them, and that by broadcasting the energy a lot further than just placing them down on a table or a piece of furniture. You know, if you put it within that, it can broadcast through the whole house, okay? And it can even further if you want to, depending on how powerful or how big your orgonite piece is. You know, you can use these geometries just to broadcast the energy out further, and that can help by protecting you from negative energies as well, and just enabling and transmuting that negative energy back into positive energy. So I hope you've learned something really good from this video, and again, enjoy this festive time of the year, and I look forward to seeing what further is possible here at Truly Holistic in the new year in 2018. Bye.